Welcome, welcome live with Dr. Boise Kimber. Seat at the table. We're delighted to come to you this morning with our live broadcast. Get an opportunity. Can you please share this link and tag someone else in it as we begin our conversation this morning? This show today is sponsored by Premier Consultant LLC. Premier Consultant LLC. Certainly appreciate you sponsoring live with Dr. Boise Kimber. Well, I want to begin by saying you have seen and you have viewed what is taking place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I want to take a moment to share a video with you of what is transpiring there. We're hoping to have one of our guests, the Reverend Jerry McAfee from Minneapolis, to give us some update and to bring us some information of what is happening there in Minneapolis. Well, can you roll the video, please? Thank you, Carolyn, for showing that video. We have with us the Reverend Jerry McAfee from Minneapolis, Minnesota, who is on the front line there in Minneapolis as they deal with this horrific death that has taken place with George Floyd. Dr. McAfee, it's good to have you on live with Dr. Boise Kimber and having a seat at the table to bring us up to date on what is really happening there at this time.
Dr. Boise, I can't hear. I don't know what has happened.
Okay.
I'm getting kind of used to this. I see your lips moving. Can you hear me?
I hear you very well.
You can hear me? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume you asking me what is happening on the ground.
What is
Okay.
happening around there?
Again, I'm getting used to this technology thing, Boise. But thank you, man. As you all know, you all saw what happened with Bro Floyd. As I've shared with others, this has not been the first time for Minneapolis. This is one of many. However, one of the good things that has transpired for a change in the first time, Boise, in 30 years, is that the police officers were fired within 10 to 12 hours. It has never happened. Trust me, brother. And I've been doing this from Tysell Nelson, Terrence Franklin, Q the Blacksmith, Jamar Clark, and many others. This is a first. And what's ironic is that the police officer, who is the police chief now, he's one of the brothers that had to sue the department because of the racism within the confines of the department. And so they looked at this thing and saw what we all saw. So they had been terminated. The second movement for us is we need to make sure that they are charged. And I'm confident that this is going to happen. The third thing is, you know, as well as I know, conviction will be another story, because many times we've fallen asleep on what the Supreme Court done as early as last year as it pertains to the police use of deadly force, that the threshold is only they got to feel scared. And you and I know that as Black men in America, many times when they see us, they're scared. And that's why it is just so important for our people to vote, because the Supreme Court deck is being stacked. And so while some folk might be mad, you know, at Biden or whoever, if we don't get the right people in to get the right judges in the right places, we'll be in this place again. What we're also doing, boys, and I've said to people, I think we need to expand from I can't breathe to we can't breathe. Because when you saw that video, it wasn't a single thing that took all of our breath away.
Yes.
And so we've got to, say that as a collective, you feeling it in New York, I'm feeling it in Minneapolis. People are seeing this all over. So we're moving to, no, we can't breathe. There's an external and internal that's causing this disruption. So as you've seen the riots that's going on, which we certainly don't
Yeah.
condone, today we'll be moving out to sweep the city. We're going to start cleaning up our debt blame cells. Then we're going to start securing the city, putting together the brothers and sisters who got heart, who's from the block, to be a barrier between the police and the community, to keep the community from the police and to keep the police from the community. Yes, it's dangerous, but we either, if we sit at home and watch our city burn up, it's going to be crazy. Then we're going to serve. We're going to provide food while we're out there for those who are securing and going there. And then the last movement will be both short term and long term. How do we save the city? How do we preserve it? How do we get it healed? And we got to deal with the causes, conditions, and the cures.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that Minneapolis and St. Paul of the state of Minnesota has the worst disparities in the country in almost every category. We
Man.
either number one or number three. And what you saw and see over these last few days is a group of people that have been strangled by poverty. And let me just say it because I'm going to keep it 100. We have been Democrat controlled for quite some time.
Hmm.
And oftentimes the DFL have turned deaf ears to our cry. They will use us to get what they need, but then they have abandoned us. So those are the things that we're doing, the movements, Dr. Boys, that we're going to be making, and any help, that we can receive from around the country, especially prayers and different things. If you got people up here, holler at them, tell them, get at us,
Yeah.
because you know me, I don't sit back and just do praying. I'm going right in the midst of it. And before you get to them, you're gonna have to come through me.
You have been very active there for many years. How long have you been in Minneapolis? No, I can't hear you now. Something you need to push because I can't hear you. I can't hear you now. Talent is we're having some technical, yeah, we're having some technical difficulties here. Just hold on while I continue to talk here. So so the Reverend Jerry McAfee is live with us and telling us what is happening there in Minneapolis. We're having a little technical difficulty at this point, but he's out there on the ground with leaders in the community, and he's been there for quite some time. He's not a person who has been sitting on the sideline. He's a person who's out there in the middle, trying to help his community and trying to do what is right about his community. And so we're delighted to have him. Do you hear me now? Okay, so we're delighted to have him to join us on live with Dr. Kimber. So let me let me say that we're going to continue to be in touch with Reverend McAfee there in Minneapolis. Let me say this to you: we cannot afford to destroy our community, and I put out a plea and prayers with Reverend McAfee and all the other clergy who are out there in Minneapolis to certainly stay out on the forefront, continue to fight for what is right there. And so we're going to give all the support that we can. Reverend McAfee, are you back with us here? Yeah, we're gonna continue to do all of the support that we can in reference to trying to assist you all out there. You made a statement that you all will be trying to certainly save your city and not allowing your city to be destroyed. And I think that that is very helpful, that you all are concerned in reference to your city and the people of your city as we go through this fight, as we stand with you all, and as we pray for George Floyd family. Reverend Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton are on their way there. I spoke with both of them this morning as they're on their way there. Reverend Sharpton and Attorney Ben Crump is representing the family of George Floyd, and their prayers, our prayers are with them. Let me say that the fight never ends, and we must continue to fight for our Black men. People are saying, do Black lives matter? Some people are saying, well, all lives matter. I'm concerned about Black males who are being shot down, who are being killed unarmed by vigilante police officers across this country. And we've got to certainly look at it, training for police officers. If you just look at the video and see how this officer has his knee on the neck of Mr. Floyd, and he has his hand in his pocket while he continued to put pressure on the neck of Mr. Floyd, killing him, murdering him right in broad daylight. America ought to be outraged in reference to what we have seen on television. It is almost like what we saw in Birmingham, Alabama, when they were putting hoses on water on people and putting dogs on people. And here we are today in 2020, faced with some of the same things happening within our community. I want to employ upon you, don't burn down our community. People have worked hard to build our community. Don't burn down our community. And I'm not telling you to go burn down anybody else's community, but listen, we have to preserve our community, and we have to be vigilant, and we've got to work together. Rep McAfee has stated that they will be out there today working with the community and protecting their stores and protecting their streets there in Minneapolis. We could go on and on. We're looking at the same identical thing in some instances with Eric Gardner when a chokehold was put on him by a police officer in New York. As I was talking to Reverend Sharpton this morning, Eric Gardner's mother is flying out to Minneapolis also with him. Listen, it may be in Minneapolis, but it could be in New Haven, Connecticut, or New York, or North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, anytime, any day. And we must be prayerful, and we must continue to work for the common good, the common cause of our community leaders and our community people. Yes, I am somewhat outraged in what I saw. I was saying to my church the other day, that is no way that I can sit back and watch something of this nature happen without getting involved in it. And so if police officers decide that they want to harm someone in my presence, then I have no right, I have no other alternative but to get involved and to help that individual, help those officers come to the realization that this person does not need to die, neither do you need to die. And so let us continue to work. I was glad that we could get a little bit of Reverend McAfee out in Minneapolis, showing you some of the video. New Haven, let's wake up. Let's make sure that this does not happen in our city. I need to say that we have developed a relationship with the chief of police here, and not only the present one, but for the last four chiefs, we have developed this relationship, an open relationship that we're able to deal with issues. We're able to talk about how we want to deal with these issues. So what you are having in other cities, we have not had that yet. We have had we've built a relationship over the last 10 years that we have been working together to make sure that something of this nature will not happen in our city. And we can never guarantee that it won't happen. But if it does happen, we have been talking and really praying about how we deal with the issue. Well, thank you so much for joining me again this morning on the live with Dr. Boise Kimber, a seat at the table. Brothers and sisters, it is time that we come together and deal with the plight of our community. And let me not forget to say, I would certainly want you to be very careful with the coronavirus that is worldwide, and that we're having a lot of people dying in our city, a lot of positive testing that is going on in our city. And I would suggest to you and suggest to pastors, please do not be in a hurry to try to get back into your church. Really think about the safety of the people. Let's think about the safety. Let's think about what the CDC is saying, what the state is saying, what our city is saying about how we should prepare to go back. And so I wanted to throw that out again. Dr. Reverend McAfee, thank you for joining us for the moment in which you've joined us. God bless each one of you. Until we meet again, take care. You've been live with Dr. Boise Kimber, a seat at the table. Oh, you are the strong name, and whatever God say, the same, we will stand and proclaim. It's coming down at your name, for you are strong. You are the strong name. Yes, you are, Lord. Listen, the Bible says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run in and they are